We are at Rarities, a new, beautifully curated, exclusive bar tucked away into the New York Palace Hotel. Rarities is open only to private members, special guests of the hotel, and the rare reservation. Henry Villard was a titan of many industries, and this room we're in right now was part of his mansion. Completed in 1884. This room captures what it might have felt like in that era, and I think one of the most special things about it is this gorgeous curated menu of hard-to-find, very rare wines, spirits, Prohibition-era bottles, and some very, very exclusive bottlings of the Macallan.
Classic Car Club is the world's first private automotive club. We have about 400 members here in New York, another 400 in London, and members join. They could drive whatever they like. This one's one of our favorites in the fleet. I think it's going to stay for a while. It's a 1966 Ford GT40 built by CAV, and it's an exact representation of the car that won Le Mans in, I think, 67 and 68. This is one of the newer cars in the fleet. It's a 2014 Porsche GT3. It's 475 horsepower. But a lot of it's made out of aluminum, titanium internal parts, so it's very, very light, it's very fast, and you know, it gives you the sensation that you're driving a proper Cup race car.
We're a secret library hidden in the middle of Manhattan.
What we do is we collect up the rarest of the rare material that's related to magic, and by that I mean performance magic. Hundreds of years ago, in the 16th century, there was a famous magician who was known all over the world. His name was Hieronymus Scotto, which is just a fancy name for Jerome Scott. He was engraved, which was a really big deal back then. So we have this really rare engraving, maybe it's the only one in the United States. We also have a medal of Hieronymus Scotto, which in those days they didn't have business cards, so he was important enough and famous enough that he actually had a medal made and he would give it to important people.
The reason I go to the trouble to collect up these rare things is for the informational value. Of course, there's something pleasant about holding an original document that's 500 years old.
We are in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, and I sell antique Japanese folk textiles. I'm attracted to these textiles for many reasons, and I think the reasons get deeper the longer I do it. The more I got to know the material, the more I became interested in where it comes from, what it's made of, its age, how it relates to the history of the place where it was made, and how it relates to the general culture of a bygone time. This piece here is a practice piece for a girl to learn how to make a garment. In this case, it is very unusual because it's a Western tailored Japanese garment that's made of recycled ledger paper. The ledger paper is paper that was used for an accounting book. I've never seen another one. When you discover something that's rare in the middle of things which are pretty ordinary, you wonder if anybody else has seen it or anybody else will appreciate it. Sometimes not, because sometimes it's very subtle. So it's always exciting. You know, finding anything good is always exciting.